Sweetie. Hi. Hello. And here's Tux too. Hi. I'm coming with your food. Good boy, Tux. Right where I want you to go. Hi. I know you and Morris are particularly hungry because you haven't eaten yet. The others, they've nibbled. Hi, Morris. Good boys. Good boys. Stripey. Stripey, you want to come? Haven't seen chickens yet. I don't know that I ever saw them walk all the way down here yesterday, but I did see a little bit of them. So, into the 30s, upper 30s today, 20s tonight, and a little bit warmer tomorrow, and then Sunday is supposed to be what I would call nice for January. Probably gonna go do the video with Gray and then we'll go walk. No huge plans today. Hi. Hello. Hi. Hi, sweet pea. How are ya? Good morning. Good morning. Well, I am in Ruby, headed to Gray's yearly vet appointment. I made it yesterday, and I almost forgot that I made it yesterday. They had a cancellation, so I didn't have to wait until, 7 to 10 days to make a non-emergency appointment. Those guys have been really good really all the time I've known them, used them since 1993 of getting me in for critical stuff. Anyway, Gray was due. They sent me a notice she was due. It's actually like Tuesday that she's due. They had the appointment today. Johnny needs a copy of her paperwork. Just take a deep breath along with me. Johnny wants to take Gray to an off-campus apartment in the fall when he goes back to school. He has found a friend to room with, and his friend likes cats, and it seems like Johnny can get paperwork that'll make it where they won't give him a hard time about having Gray with him. So as long as Mama doesn't have a meltdown, we're all good, right? My only concern, I have two concerns left. A lot of other concerns have been addressed. One is, how can we keep Gray from being upset for 3 straight hours while we drive her there? I guess a part B of that would be, acclimating to a new location when she's pretty skittish. But I'm sure with Johnny there and starting her out in Johnny's bedroom, even if she eventually has more access, that, that can be sorted out. But I don't want her to be just terrified for 3 hours down to the school. And then the other thing is how do we handle when Johnny wants to come home and he's not there, and how will we bring her back and forth? How will she be, taken care of down there? So I don't know. That car scared me a little bit. Just for a split second, he looked like he was going to cross the line, but alas, thank goodness not. So anyway, I think it's all doable, right? And you gotta be willing to open up to new possibilities, take risks, make changes for the better, give change a chance for the better. I want Johnny to be happy. I think it can be okay for Gray. So anyway, he needs her paperwork, and I'm getting her paperwork done today. So I can send it, I can scan it and send it. So yeah, we'll go for a walk when I get back. I had fed Don some bacon and eggs for lunch because I didn't have any leftovers for today to give him. God, nobody coming either way. And I had just gone to sit down with Gray to do the video before we walked when the reminder went off. I have to use reminders for, You know, it's one thing to remember every Tuesday I have this routine, every Thursday I have this routine, but when things get inserted into the schedule, I really need reminders. And, you know, being a retired, non-working girl, housewife, whatever title I now possess, I'm not necessarily looking at my calendar every single day. So things I would have seen because at work, you know, I had to keep up with meetings and my calendar, I don't necessarily see. So that it makes the A reminders that much more important. My eye, I'm gonna say, is continuing to do better. I definitely can't say that it's as good as if nothing had happened to it, but it's much better. I really think yesterday that I felt something in my eye again, and then it felt better. So I can't confirm I still had something in my eye, but it sure felt like it sometimes. I know the antibiotic seems to irritate the eye a little bit, and then these lubricating tears she has me using seem to really make it feel better after the antibiotic makes it feel not good. It's not good enough to say I'm allergic or I shouldn't be taking that or I should stop it or anything, but it's definitely, maybe the best way I could describe it is the antibiotic eye drop is drying, and it's good to have the lubricating drop to then come in behind the antibiotic and lubricate the eye back up. So I would say that the blurriness out of that eye, my ability now today to keep it open normally, like right now I've only got the left eye open, is much improved. So I told Dawn, short of it looking like, oh God, I need to seek medical attention sooner than later, I would decide on Monday if I was happy enough with the healing, whether or not I felt I needed them to take a second look. And prior to yesterday, feeling like maybe, just maybe, something else had come out of my eye, I might would have said I thought we were headed back for a second look. Now I've reduced that some. So anyway, it could just be that the healing feels funny, and most of the time I was noticing it feeling funny was when my eyelid was actually closed, or when I was trying to really focus out of that eye, but not just normal all the time. So anyway, I don't know. Can I please not have anything else I need to deal with health concerns for a few weeks? Although next Friday is my yearly mammogram, and then a couple weeks later into February is my 6-month blood work and check-in with the oncologist. So it seems like I can never get a break, and I can assure you that I want to be out of the system. You know, I don't want to be in the system. I'm not going to take chances with my eyesight, or, you know, that thing under my chin. You know, Dawn usually helps me see sanity, and that thing under my chin was really worrisome. So that's twice, you know, in 2 weeks that I had to seek medical assistance, and I don't like that. I don't like it, not one bit. At least the nice doctor about the bump under my chin was very understanding, because he said he also suffers from large area reactions with just about anything that bites him. So he got it. He got it. It's pretty out here today. Look at that sunshine. Ruby says it's 40. I'm not sure if she's really telling me accurate temperature yet or not, though. But it's pretty darn reasonable out here. Wow. One guy ran the left turn, and then the guy going straight ran the straight through. And there's a cop, so, you know, let's not bother to, you know, stop either one of those drivers and have a chat with them. It was pretty close from my vantage point. It always looks farther away on camera. But, yeah. You guys miss me not driving back and forth to downtown every day, right? So I could be really talkative behind the wheel or sitting in the church parking lot. I'm sort of joking, but I don't know. Sometimes I have good stuff to say. I wanted to add that yesterday we had total gridlock in Fuquay, and thank God Michelle and I weren't near it when it happened. Not this railroad crossing that's right in front of me, but the one on the other side of Harris Teeter, because Harris Teeter is basically behind the vet office over here. Planet Fitness is directly behind it, and then, or not O2, or one of those fitness clubs is directly behind it, and then Harris Teeter parking lot. So this next stoplight here, turning left, that railroad track, they had something happened over here, and they lost power, while the train was coming through, while the crossing guards were down, and apparently power was out for several hours, and they could not raise the crossing guards. So they had the fire truck out here, and they had police officers directing traffic, and you could not come and go at, well, afternoon. Rush hour would be an exaggeration. Afternoon, normal afternoon, you could not come and go on Sunset Lake Road into and out of Fuquay, and that is going north out of town. That is like the third most traveled route for traffic in and out. This 401 being number one, Highway 55 being number two, and I would say Sunset Lake Road is number three. So anyway, it was complete gridlock, and then there was a couple of accidents, and there were people relaying stories of drivers that refused to obey the police officers and the fire departments, going over medians and through shrubbery and all kinds of things, and people trying to get turned around, and nobody patient enough to let them get turned around. And it was just a complete and utter disaster out here yesterday. So like I said, thank God Michelle and I were not caught up in that. I'm headed back to the house after Gray's appointment. Everything went fine. They did give me some tranquilizer pills to test out. Like, give it to her a couple hours in advance of travel. Put her in the crate in the car and see how it goes. We got a couple options we probably should test and see whether it's effective or not before we actually use it. So, anyway, she's got all her shots. She's up to date. She's healthy. They always tell me there's something not great about somebody's tooth somewhere in their mouth.
What
somewhere.
in the world were you thinking?
Silly me. The more I find out, the less I want to know.
This is why we don't tell you things.
That's right. I don't want to be awake.
I got a message while I was at the vet, and Dawn was like, I did a little math, and you knew it wasn't going to be good after that. And tell them what you did.
So I was doing subscribe and save. I get mine on the first of the month, so the deadline is like next couple days. So I went out there and I looked at it. And coffee was on the subscribe and save, and it was proudly letting me know how much I'm saving, and it's only 81 cents an ounce. And I said, 81 cents an ounce? Well, I use more than an ounce for a pot of coffee. And I said, well, so that means I'm using more than 81 cents a day to make a pot of coffee. So I said, I wonder how much that is. So I did the math. And just the coffee is $1.18 a pot. I use 40 grams of coffee per pot. And so I said, okay, well, all right. I said, well, wait a minute now. A coffee maker lasts 5 to 7 years, costs like $120. So I averaged that in there. So, well, the electricity, it's not free, but, so I calculated that in there. And then I said, oh, dang, the descaler costs 10 cents a day. It's $3.50 a month for the descaling. So I said, dang. And so I did it all up. I said, that pot of coffee made it home, which is on the thing, it's 8 cups, but I get 2.5 cups out of it, 2.5 mugs out of it.
Yeah, your Tesla mug's pretty big. That's how you like it.
That's $2 a day. So basically, it's $1 a mug.
I told him he's not allowed to go figure out how much my coffee's costing. We'll just assume we'll just double Dawn's usage and go with that. Yeah. I don't know really, and I don't want to know. And don't do the math. Just don't do the math.
So well, anyway, with just me, we're north of $2 a day on coffee. So like we said,
so $60 a month, right?
$60 a month.
Yeah, 30 times 2.
Yeah, that's right. So it adds up.
Yeah, this is why we don't allow Dawn to know what anything costs. And I've also Because we've gone back and forth on should we stop drinking coffee.
Yes, we have.
We have, and for health reasons, not for cost reasons. Although if you tell Don how much it's costing him, that's liable to provide motivation.
But I'm grumpy for $2 a day.
Well, first off, really short. We've both quit before,
Right.
and we both were miserable.
Correct.
I'd really, although we had not modified our diet the way we have now, so possibly that's why we were still miserable, but probably not.
Right.
We were probably just miserable.
And we stopped for 2 years.
Right. This wasn't for 3 years for me. Like while I had the kids, I didn't drink.
Yeah.
I didn't drink caffeine. I didn't have any beverages with caffeine because I actually wasn't drinking as much coffee than it was caffeine. And so anyway, and we've played around before a little bit since then, but not like really. Anyway, I've basically behind the scenes forbid Don to stop drinking coffee because I told him I'm not living with him with no coffee. Either my patient's gone or his patient's gone. And both of us at the same time, not happening. So don't go getting any ideas about how you can save money.
Yeah, but look at all the counter space we could free up.
No. You know we're just funning, right?
Yeah,
we're just funning. For entertainment, we're funning.
Yeah,
but I'm serious about him not stopping drinking coffee. I'm not. I told him, I think you probably get too much caffeine. And oh, by the way, I think I probably get too much caffeine. I am willing to discuss a reduction plan. However, how that works for me is I'm only going to have one today, and that lasts 2 days, and then my day's not going great. So I'll only have 2 today.
Oh, it's called an addiction, sweetheart.
Right. And then, by day 5, I'm back to 4 cups a day, pretty much. If I only have 3 cups in a day, or 3 K-cups or whatever, that's that's sort of atypical.
Yeah, the only thing I absolutely know I'm addicted to, there's 2 things. There's caffeine and sugar. Those are the 2 things I have real trouble with.
Yeah, and I'm right there with you, especially with the caffeine part. Yep. We're gonna go for our walk. Dawn is getting up the last little bit of the snow so it can melt and dry. We don't remove the slickness. I guess I should have blown more.
You did great, girl. You did great.
You can see over here, it's better. And I have a tux. He goes, Mom, if you're going to be outside for a minute, I could see him. He was running before I ever even sat down. So I sat down since Don was not quite ready. Give him some love. I had him in the house last night in my lap for a few minutes. I did leave him out last night. It was nowhere near as cold. It was 10 degrees warmer than the night before, even though it was plenty cold. Don't misunderstand. But he and Morris were tucked in the cat hotel and asleep and happy and not distressed in any way, and I left them be. We turned around to go put some air in the tire. Well, David would come and rescue us if he wasn't at work. Michelle would come and rescue us.
Don't need to be rescued.
But we're both out in the car. We try not to both be out at the same time if there's a tire problem.
Well, I had noticed it the other day was on that side was 36. That was the last time we drove Jules, which was Monday before the snow. Anyway,
I don't remember, Donnie.
It's been several days.
She's been sitting. The tires are definitely cold.
Yeah, the tires are very cold. The garage is very cold, so the tires are also cold. So, yes, all of the above. And my girl can stay in the car and get nice and warm. It's
just, the sun just won't stay out, and it's just cold out there today. And I told Don I want him to take me up to Walmart so I can get some more lubricating eye drops, and I need to work on my motivation to get out in the cold and walk. It's sad. Well, Walmart is definitely getting ready for spring. I don't know if it's not working or they just don't have the door to the outside unlocked today, but they did have some bulbs and azaleas and a few things in the outside area too. I'm making sure there's no cheap leftover daffodil bulbs because we'll probably plant my 30-pack on Sunday, and well, if there were some that looked okay and cheap, I might buy them. Cutest thing ever. Blow molds are so back. Even tiny blow molds.
Yeah, I was rocking my podcast, listening to all the things that are stirring up this week. Woo! I like it.
It's nice and warm in the car,
It was.
but you didn't fall asleep.
I was getting sleepy though.
Yeah, I enjoyed walking around Walmart. I found some heart gel clings, and there was a brand new Lego poly bag in there with a toucan and a bird, the Fruit Loop bird, just in case you didn't know. And I did remember to get what I needed, which was the lubricating eye drops. So it's all good. It's all good. I enjoyed walking around.
Yeah.
I still get irritated every time I check out and I can't tap to pay because Walmart refuses to accept anybody else's payment. But other than that, it was okay.
Yeah.
I silently said, boy, I sure wish I would never buy anything inside a Walmart store again, only because of that payment thing. But then I went, yeah, and life is I'm probably going to be coming back in the Walmart store again. You see those flags over there, baby? They're blowing out. Yep, it may be near 40 degrees today, but we are definitely noticing the wind. Well, here's bag 11. I should be able to do 11 and 12 before we have dinner. We decided to have the chili for the third night in a row because we've got the leftover keto cornbread to go along with it, and it's just really good.
I do see a couple of nice aromatics.
Hey, Donnie, we know that guy.
Yeah.
We're really lucky to know him.
This video is blowing up. It's got like 400,000.
I'm so excited for him. He's worked hard. He has. He's worked hard. So while I'm doing my Lego, we're a little late to the ball game because like apparently the rest of the world's already seen the video, but we've been following on social media and we're watching it now.
Yeah.
Us and the kitties. So there's a guy, pause him for just a second. There's a guy on Facebook that posted, I showed Dawn, a picture of a cat in a sink in the bathroom and asked if it was normal or not. And of course, everybody started posting pictures of their cat in their sink,
Right.
including me with Big Boy, aka, Midnight.
Yeah.
And I don't even know if he knows his name is Midnight anymore because we call him Bubba and Big Boy, but boy, you know you're really Southern when you start calling your cat Bubba and Big Boy. The boys started that. Actually, it wasn't me, but I followed along. Anyway, and then underneath there, people started posting pictures of their cat inside of Amazon boxes. Well, I've got one of him in multiple pictures of him in Amazon boxes. I mean, even just a day ago, he was you couldn't take the box to the garage because Don was like, do you really want me to take it out now? And I'm like, no, take it out later. Let him enjoy it for a little while.
Yeah.
Sometimes we leave boxes lying around and little girl likes to chew them and Big Boy likes to sit in them. You rubbing your head? Does that feel good, Don?
Well, my skin's really dry.
Yeah, it's miserable winter here. And then they had the laundry basket. And I'm sure I've got a couple of other things he's put himself into. Mm-hmm. But anyway, the X post had over 100,000 views, just instantaneously. And I did my bid because I posted 3 different photos.
That's right.
On that thread, and I look at it this way to help Elon out with his engagements over there on X. You know, he went out on a limb. He went out on a limb for us, good or bad.
Yeah, that's right.
Mostly, I think, good with with X. So I try to do make my contributions now. I lurked for a long time and didn't say much of anything because I guess I'm too afraid of what to say. And now I'm sort of over it and I just try to comment multiple times a day now and interact over there and engage because I guess it's what we make of it to a certain extent. So
I enjoy it.
Anyway, we're watching Kyle.
Yep.
You should watch it too because people really want to know what Dawn thinks.
Oh.
What did Dawn think about the new Y? And no, I didn't clue him in.
I liked it. I liked it a lot. I think that the interior stuff, the seats, very interesting. The back seats, the ventilated front seats is cool. I think the front looks very sharp, and the back, I'd have to get used to the back a little bit, a little different than where the license plate is. Yeah, I think it's a worthy update. I mean, they really put some effort into that. That's not just a few changes. I mean, granted the running gear may be all the same, but the cosmetic stuff, they put some serious work into that.
Yeah, well, Kyle wants to get his hands on it, and so does Sandy Monroe, by the way, and find
sure.
out if it's got brake-by-wire. That came up a bunch of times in the video. I heard that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I don't think your head would be as hot. We might could take down the silver lining. I'd be really interested to sit in it and feel the differences in that.
I can test that for Kyle.
Yeah, they said the sound system was great, which of course I've yet to sit in another Tesla that sounded as good as Ruby.
Right.
Ruby's got premium sound and it's really nice. So I would have to hear that. And I care. Don doesn't care about the sound, but I kind of care.
Yeah.
When I'm not with Don, I really care about the sound.
Sure.
Did they show the ambient lighting? Maybe because I was.
Yes, he did.
Maybe because I was.
Same as the Model 3.
Okay, good. That's the right answer.
Yeah, it's got all those colors and stuff. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm also unsure about the rear of the car. However, if Kyle likes it in person, that does a lot for me.
That's what he said. He didn't like pictures when he saw it, but when he saw it in person, he really liked it. So I'm gonna say that's possible.
I have to say that I realize it's a lot of money just to get that fancy animation on the screen, but that launch mode animation was pretty cool. Some of us are easily swayed by LEDs.
Yes, and lights. Yes, the color. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was reading Johnny's rental agreement for the apartment, and he'll be staying in off campus, off campus, bordering campus next school year, and they're not allowed to hang LED light strips. And I was like, Jesus, what do these be? I realize I don't want the paint to come off the wall, but really, what do these places have against LED light strips? I guess you put it on your own furniture, and what does it matter? But that was apparently important enough that they put it in the lease agreement. Yeah, like, really. God, just give me some more LEDs. Just more LEDs. I need more. It's all good. I don't know. I'm personally not bothered by the brake in the front light bar. I'm very used to the 3 segments now. That's not a factor for me. It was very neat.
Yeah.
The back fold down. And I guess it goes back up automatically too?
Yes.
Yeah, the only thing that he said the whole video, and I was like, why the you-know-what not?
Yeah.
Does the frunk not, frunk not, if we're going to do all of the rest of this on the car, why did we not power the frunk?
That's correct.
I would prefer to not touch my paint. I still don't like touching my paint.
I agree.
I'm sorry you got sleepy during. Yeah, Donnie's a little sleepy now. Anything else?
I guess the performance on that, the long range version versus the all-wheel drive.
You're used to performance.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they do with the performance if they announce the performance trim.
Right, exactly. Yeah. All right. Well, Don and I are not imminent on placing a new order for a new Model Y. Well, just leave it there. We're not imminent on placing an order on the new Model Y, but we like it. It's got plenty of nice upgrades.
Plenty of nice things.
Over what Jules had. I told Don it really wasn't my intent to get him a bunch of add-ons for Christmas. Poor Don.
I'm sorry.
A bunch of add-ons for Christmas, only to then trade the car. That wasn't my intention. Even if we get a Cybertruck, I personally don't want to trade Jules, but so I was going on that modus operandi there, but we're always thinking about, I think the thing Don and I both agree on is if we get a new car at any time, it will be a new Tesla. It's just which Tesla and when.
That's right.
But we're both in solid agreement on it would be a new Tesla. So
absolutely.
Yep. We have a complete first 4. We'll start out with bag 13 tomorrow. The stairs were really neat and designed in a way like I've never designed before. So that was pretty darn cool. It's coming along. Hey, Stripey. He came in here, asked to come in here at the end, and then of course he wanted his mama, and I had to ask him to please step aside for a minute and let me finish.